Hello and welcome. Right, I have yeah, just been checking the animals. They are good, and I am right. I don't know what went wrong with the silage. There's been another update, even as I came in the game this morning. These updates are coming thick and fast, which is good. It really is. Speaks highly of Giants that they would have 11 odd tons. Fantastic. We're in August, so that is going to be. Let's just check what is in sales. Remind me. That's right. Another front box. Not quite like mine. No, mine's a little bit cheaper and a little bit better. It is. They've been modified. Yes, the mod hub is jam-packed. I have it from a reliable source. Is this... That is true. Is that now gonna... Is it fixed? No, it's still a lump of nothing. So, yeah, it was full load. At least one load. I've just been back in editing and seen that it may have been two. It looks like one, though, if I'm honest. So what we're going to do is we only had part of it. That's 17 odd tons. We had 11, so one more silage bale, and that will... Now this is also going to cost us to do this. Let's pay attention. Oh, I think we can afford two. Oh, there's a little bit more actually. Yeah, there's a little bit there as well. I think we can cost... Yeah, that's not too bad. So we are going to conjure up one more good-sized silage bale to actually cover us for that. If it did look only like, because it does go quite large, it was one. So we're going to go bale of silage, and we want the biggies. I think that's, yeah, that one, 7,000. That's about that's it. Fantastic. I think that is right. We're now like level pegging. Let's grab you in your... Yeah, no, you should be able to cope with this time, with that one bale. We have got a lot of cash in our bales as well. Liking where we are, loving where the mods are. I mean, the good news is, obviously, although I know that from JM Gaming, really, it's good for us, the player. It does mean that we have got some exciting months ahead of us, where the mods are going to come thick and fast. It's bad news for me as a modder, because my mod is not probably going to be seen for weeks and weeks, but it is what it is. Now we have got a proper weight, but this is it's a bit of a waste, because I can make this into a 1.5 ton weight just by adding the extra half a ton weight on. It's already a ton. It's one thing I used to love about the oh, yeah, you can see I actually need to put that on the ground to be able to cope with that. So just want to get this like so that it's level, and we can stick that in, and it's going to help us. I know it's going to feed them. So I'd like to get us through to actually see, because we have to put a lot of hours in, to be honest, on this. The silage should be ready. We again, it's raining, so yeah, sometimes you just got to roll with the blows a bit. Let's stick this. Yeah, now I can cope with the one. That is good. Yeah, I used to love the weight hoods that was an FS25. It's really useful to see like how heavy your tractors are. Helps you as a player to get like better at like understanding things like that. It really does add stability. Yeah, the only thing I'd like to do to make it a little bit better, following a conversation I had with... I should know your name. I really should, because we've had lots of conversations, but I'm not very well, and my brain isn't like as normal. Even though I'm not, as I've got older, I'm not as good as I used to be at that. What I'd like to do is I'd like to put narrows on that instead of to be thick wheels like that, because there's no reason why, if you've got narrows on that, if you went through a field, it's going to add stability always. I like the design. I like the active nature of it. Never going to be a shovel. I can live without that. I never did want that in FS19 or 22, and I'm not bothered about it in 25 either. I just want a realistic box. If it's got wheels and it had got narrows, it wouldn't do damage to the crops, and it would assist little tractors with the weight of things on the front, as well as having everything from potatoes for seeding. I'm only keeping it as it was before. I'm not making it into a bulk box or anything. Just it's a seedings, planting, fertilising assister like we had in FS19 that I always loved. I didn't ever want anything else. That was good enough for me. And to be honest, I am a player. I don't mean I know what every player wants, but as a player, that is all I wanted. So I'm quite sure there's a lot of players similar to myself. Right, so then there we have... Yeah, now we need to go through anyway. Did we have anything we hadn't done? Oh, we have got field information. I think that's probably a good place to start. We probably will need to weed. No, we weeded. You know, well, some of them we may have some weeds. I was forgetting when I said about tomorrow we're going to need to weed. Well, some of those we did with the weeder stroke seeder, which actually actively. That's why I love doing that. It's so amazing. So part of these fields may well not have weeds for the fact that some of it was done with the weeder. Some of it is going to need weeding. So let's go through till tomorrow, and we need to be keeping an eye on November. I should have gone till 9 o'clock. Yeah, I'm using this as my test map because it's the smallest map we've got so far. I mean, I'm sure there'll be smaller ones. It's still 300 meg, which is not small, but it's the smallest of the ones we've got at present. Well, it's the only mod map as well. Yeah, I thought so. I am right. Yes. Okay. Let's have a look what that looks like on this. Oh, okay. Well, just the middle, just the bit that we did with the 4.6 meter. So that's not too bad. Let's grab that beautiful bit of kit and let's roll and just get that sorted straight away. Still got our narrows on. Let's stick that down. Yeah, I can't remember. The quick is one of those. Yeah, you've got to pay attention to each manufacturer. Each one likes a different thing. This one you've got to drop above the ground because of its stand. It's quite happy. The John Deere you've got to push into the ground. The Fence GTA at present is not working right. You cannot. You've got to keep resetting your tractors. I've got it on Hutan Pantai and I'm like not using it anymore. We've got a telehandler, thankfully. Now, oh, I've done it again. I keep like pulling out at a weird angle. And then scrunching the wall. Okay, I think we need to come out like at this angle. Right, I'm hoping this has surely got to be narrow. So I think it's probably first growth stage anyway, so we may hopefully get away with it, even if it... I'd imagine it's got to be. You can't have that. So this is quite an easy sort of thing for us to do, really. And I don't even think we need any more herbicide either. Am I going to go into a time lapse? I don't think it's worth it. Not for a minute. Definitely not. So we have got some silage. We do really need to do this. As it is sort of one of those jobs that needs doing. This really is that. Did we need to fertilise as well? Because we have got narrows on the other one. Yes, we do. So we've got narrows on our biggie too. I still stick to the fact that I totally agree with what I said, which is I really do think we still need a third member. A bit of a... This can be a 225. It's not that. It's the fact that front 3-point link being missing. Although, I mean, it's better now we've got this, and it's still only small. We could adapt, make it much, much larger. But it's... yeah, it's definitely got the narrows, because this has got really nice narrows. I like these kind of narrows. Right, so have we got enough to actually go around this like it is? Let's just send this on its merry way. So they're being fed automatically, watered automatically, plenty of straw automatically. So right, let's set that going. We will carry on with the spraying, and then we're going to go and grab a load of silage and stick that. We can't, can we? No. That is a point. Yeah, not thinking, am I? We can't stick it on the floor. We've seen what happens. Can we risk? Do we keep wanting to conjure bales out of the, like the air? I mean, it could be fixed now. I think you've always got to go on as if it's now working. I don't think you can ever sort of presume the game is broken. We could do it one more time in case. I mean, there's been 2 or 3 updates. There's one yesterday, there's one today. It could be that is resolving the ground layer issues. It could be a map issue. There's what I'm saying is there's no sure bet that any issue is down to perhaps I mean, we've got a lot of game issues, there's no denying that. What I'm saying is it can still be a map issue. You can't count that out. So again, it may have been okay in the session when we dropped it out, and then something changed. An update, and there's not been a map update, but an update with the game could have changed the ground state, something that they've done So again, if between this and the next one we don't have an update, I might be okay. And it's testing like that also with these type of videos, sort of show people, well, yeah, this is not working, or you know, like that is working. Like that will do me. There's a tiny patch I think I missed. I'm sure I saw. We will stick that back in there, but I've got to be better at getting out with it. It's really bad. Yeah, I'm loving all of the Let's Plays right now. Sri Lanka's got to be my favourite, I've got to be honest, because it's a real hard start. They're all on hard economy, so there's nothing to choose on the economies. I'm liking where I am, but I've got to be honest, I had a conversation with JM Gaming because he's just done another mod called the Bioplastics, which is it's a brilliant, really amazing mod. Absolutely amazing. I've done a little video review. I just wanted his input on it before I actually post it. I'm not sure on the cycles yet. Yeah, I think it needs a bit of tweaking on the cycles. The actual production itself is absolutely amazing. 100,000 as well. So I'm going to do a mod review when he finalises the cycles and sees if it's, yeah, because it's no good it like not, you know, being as good as it could be. Now we have now got a roller. Please look at this, Mr. Smith, and remember what it's for. It's a decent size. We should stop. Yeah, it's weird. I'm like planting, fertilizing, but I'm not rolling, and obviously we can't roll now. Yeah, I've missed the boat. Needs lime. Oh, we can't do that either, as it reminded me yesterday. Oh my life, all of them. Wow, we are turning the fields over quickly. We're going to have to do that next time. Now that front box is going to be very useful for that. Very, very useful, because that's soon going to, like, we also need that extending if we're to, yeah, it needs to hold a lot more. Yeah, this is really Bredel territory or something like that to actually get this done properly. So we'll have to, yeah, we need bigger amounts. Now the other thing is, Matana has brought out a, yeah, for this type of thing, and again, it's only simulating a silo or like a purchase point for goods from a supplier. We could stick that in. I'm thinking strategically, if we stuck it sort of like, think in the middle of all of our fields, actually where our this is here, so probably where that lump of concrete is, where we did that, no, that is our repair point next to there. I think that would be ideal, because you can like get, yeah, this is sort of the between all three fields. I mean, that back field is the furthest, I suppose, actually thinking about it, probably there is real smack bang in the middle of like all of them. The best thing to look at is on the actual map. If you were going to like do that as a circle, where would the centre be? It'd be about there actually. So just that side of field 3, where we're going to extend the field though. So we've got to realise that. I always wanted and said about going the line like that, like that. And there's trees here at the minute, where, and the silage pits too. So that's staying there for a while, but that can be expanded. This one we can go bigger, but again, is only me can do it. And they are a fair old size. We aren't making badly. But I mean, it is to the victor go the spoils, like to no pain, no gain. So if we like do gain from that, now that's better. Now that's actually properly fertilised that. I like it. Ooh, but he's used a lot of fertiliser, more than I would have done. But right, well, let's get that middle field done ourselves. And then we need to get some fertiliser, and then we'll let him, well, somebody fertilise that last one. But that did take quite a lot, really, because it's got a huge spread. Yeah, it's weird. In FS25, I nearly always used hoses, so I sort of got out of the habit of I'd sort of adjusted to a 36 metre spread all the time, because obviously hoses was the king of liming. Really seriously missed that. That had a superpower, second to none. So yeah, I'm missing that. But obviously the good thing about this is it has got a serious spread. I mean, really serious spread. So yeah, I'm happy with that. We'll finish half the field probably. Let's have a look. I do wish you would stay on the same, yeah, the same sort of thing. Yeah, let's get rid of the weeds. Yeah, so, well, yeah, I should say over half a field. Let's get this filled. Yeah, I must admit, I did miss that superpower. It was, I never looked back from when I found Holzers and compared it for liming. There was nothing else in the game. It could even outmatch the Bredel on its 1.2 or 1.4 tons that it had. It was absolutely phenomenal. I did sort of prove that on Netherlands. Literally, I think I needed to fill up on the big field once, because the other thing is that with the front box, it didn't alter it. I'm not putting it very well. Yeah. Let's get another one. Yeah, with the front box, it didn't do because it was using a special ability of the actual thing. It's, ooh. I know, but it's the same again, isn't it? I mean, because we've already got that. That really comes up very frequently. Yeah, it does. Either one of the three types. They are brilliant. It's just that front three-button link is what we're missing, as well as that kind of horsepower. So we need... no, we don't need that. We want fertilizer. Right, smashing. Let's grab that. Top that up, and that will be more than enough that we need. And then we can finish every single job. All the weeding's been done. Then hopefully, what I'm hoping is that we get through to... No, we did do fuel on that last time. Yeah, I was getting very low. And luckily for me, I've got that... Yeah, FS25, the amount of times at the beginning I got caught out without that fuel warning. Now we've got it again. I don't know if Giants have done it themselves. I've got to be honest. There are quite a few features that Giants have done that were mods. Yeah, like the indicator to sort of show you how much stuff you've got in your trailers. Giants have got incorporated that themselves. There's quite a few of that. The bale, the wrap and all that type of stuff, again, they've incorporated that into the game, which is absolutely amazing. Love that, the fact that they've done that. Yeah, also, I had a bit of an experience. Just, I know I got the baler wrap. I'd run out of the net wrap, the normal for your normal balers, and I'd only got the baler wrapper stuff. Well, I clicked on it like fill, and it knew that I couldn't use it, and it basically said, "Did you want a like one roll of like, you know, your normal nets?" I didn't even have to go into the shop menu, and I said, "Yeah." I didn't understand what was happening at the time. But then, obviously, when the penny dropped, I thought, oh, that's amazing. I actually just bought like one roll of net wrap for €200 direct without going into the shop menu. That was quite amazing. I don't know if there's any other way. You might be able to go into the F1 menu and actually, yeah, the help menu, and actually sort of say buy wrap. It might actually work like that as well, which wouldn't surprise me that it wouldn't. But I thought that was really quite amazing. So there are some features. Yeah, another one, which I don't... Obviously, I'll always like to pass on any tips to all of you users subscribers, as you do to me also. Yeah, if you are using a mixing wagon and you're not... I think I should be about... there, I should say. Let's have a look. Oh, not bad. It's not bad. Little tiny bit missing behind you. But that was not a bad guess. It shows you've done your contracts a few times, Mr. Smith. Yeah, if you use a forage wagon, mixer wagon, and you're not attached to it... now, I used to sort of do a little bit of this. Let's just have a look, because this is going to be hard to judge. Just about there. And we'll just be a bit generous about there. Oh, okay. Oh, no, sometimes it's slow to update. Or maybe I missed it. I'm not doing it again. We're wasting fertiliser, and it's even my brand. I wouldn't say it was cheap, even though it's much cheaper. But then again, I suppose fertiliser's probably expensive to make. So which bit of this field? It was like to about number 3 on the field. Yeah, I will finish, honest. Yeah, if you use a forage wagon and you fill it, and the animals still need feeding, you can just leave it as long as it's, you know, the mixer would be like emptying, and it will empty itself without you being attached until it runs out of capacity. Now that is almost like feeding your animals, like without you having any effort. So I tested this because one time I noticed on Riverbend Spring, oh, this one in the middle, on Riverbend Springs, that I noticed that I looked towards the animals and I could see a splurge of TMR come out of the mixer and feed the animals, and I thought, oh, that's a bit odd. You know, how come it did that? Let's just see if we can get this right. Ah, we're actually there now. And about here as well-ish, I think. Yeah, not too bad. A bit over here we missed. Yeah, so basically it's sort of like a free, yeah, it does it for you, which is quite amazing. I think that's quite a good feature. Yeah, there's quite a few little tidbits that I've actually noticed that I will sort of talk about when I do, because I've got to be honest, it's a strength in numbers sometimes. Definitely. Yeah, we all notice different things, and also, yeah, I'd love it yourselves if you notice anything like that. If you passed it on to myself, I bet, or never presume a content creator knows everything, because you certainly don't. And I know I certainly don't know them. Do I? No, I think you can't lower it. Can you just drop? I don't know. I might press the wrong button. I'm a terror. Right. So then, our animals should be fed, watered. We've done all of the. Yeah, what I was saying was it's a no good. We can't stick the silage anywhere. So although we should be able to do what I was talking about, we can't. Buffalo milk's going up very slowly. We've still got 7 animals. Health 100%. Reproduction is at 40%. Now I'd imagine our reproduction is slower because if you look at our animals, it's not 100%. The TMR speeds this up. I think I'm right in saying that. Will be interesting to see, because like, if you go feed them on TMR, our total effectiveness is, I can never work this out, because really our total effectiveness would be 80 plus 40, which is 120. I know we know you can't go above 100, but what I'm saying is that should go up 10%. Now if it is only classing that as 80 and you've got a backup food, then we shall see. So if we go through, it's only September, so we've checked the sales, and although that is a cracking, not only on price, it's cracking in every single way. It's just, again, it's not got that front 3-point link, and there's nothing by Pepe yet where you can put the front lifter on or anything like that, have a conversion, because let's be honest, in real life you could say take it to a factory and say, can you modify this please, can you stick me a front 3-point link? I'm sure it could be done even if the manufacturer didn't. I'm quite sure there are mechanics out there who would do that for you. So then let's just see as well, we don't want to be running out of space with our canola business. Yeah, we might have to take a couple of these out because it's getting close to the point it's going to jam up. Yeah, well, I think luckily we're just going to be, we'll be about right. Yeah, because obviously we're selling in November time, so we should be about spot on. So let's go through. There's nothing for us to do. Just check your fields. Yeah, that's all done nicely. We know it needs lime. We can't do that right now. We can't get the silage out. It's a perfect excuse for Mr. Smith to be lazy and not to grab that out as he was going to. But yeah, it's true. There's no point in throwing that on the ground just as of yet, because it could catch us out. So it's just a waste of energy and product that we can't afford to waste. I'd sooner take the full silo to market in, I think it's December, January silage, if I remember rightly, unless they've changed it. Yeah, oh, they have. March now, 20 odd thousand, 173,000 litres of silage. So yeah, and that's going to also include the bale, so it's not quite going to be that. It's not worth a fortune, but 20 grand is 20 grand. So oats, we've got, I'm not sure whether we're going to go into the grain mill type business or whether we're not, whether we're just going to sell the crop. We should play it by ear. Yeah, 27,000 so far in canola oil from that yeah, thing. And the buffalo milk, you can see what its actual worth of is just as of milk is like that, but it's far, far better if you make butter with it. It's a bit of a special one, the buffalo milk, which is why its yield is poor. But to make milk, although I've got to be honest, the other thing is the little factory, the little dairy is very slow at doing it. If I've modded it slightly and I've made it faster, but it's still very slow. It's still probably going to produce, I mean, over a year, if you sort of did it on a yearly basis and you just let your butter tick up, and you got about 12, that's 12,000 from your milk just on that one product. And then the mozzarella, that's terrible. On the Giants is 0.2, on mine it's 1, and it's still too slow. So I'm 5 times quicker than the Giants one at making buffalo mozzarella. And it's still, I would say you might be lucky to get 1 ton a year, and it's just such a waste. On the Giants one, I just don't know how long it will take for you to get a ton out of that thing. It's just awful. It's just not real. I mean, if your cheese making facility was only capable of producing a ton every 3 years, I'd send it back to the manufacturers and say, I want a refund. This is rubbish. It's true. You would, wouldn't you? You'd think, well, if that's the best you can do, I'm not even going to bother. And that's just how poor it is. No, we're not rushing anything, are we? 8 o'clock. I thought I'd lost an episode of this, but I'd actually been I'd done the episode much quicker than I thought I had. Yeah, with not being well, I don't trust my instincts. You're not always at your best. I'm sort of like going on instinct rather than like your normal. Oh, now that was a good tick up. That was a good tick up. All right, so it is now October. Check the prices because you can't. No, it's still yellow. And we have, we're 15,000. Now, is that classing the one or is it filled? Because if it is, we need to grab some out. No, not quite. It will be by tomorrow morning. So let's grab a couple of those out now with the other tractor that actually has the ability to do that. Yeah, I do love that tractor. I mean, it's the starter tractor on a lot of things, and it is really good. Yeah, I've nothing to complain about. It's true, really. If you put a weight on that, you'd have a 1.5 ton weight, and you could also, if I can do the narrow thing and stick that down, you'd also have stability, which that would be quite something else. And I'm not sure if I've done this in the wrong place. Now this has had an update as well for collisions for bales. I mean, I think that's, yeah, I don't know what that meant, but it has had an update, so we shall see. I sort of almost find the normal pallet fork better at the minute for like doing this type of job. Yeah, it does do that. Yeah, it's a little bit. Now if we grab 2 or 3 of these, yeah, I've sort of getting, if I'm going to like continue to manually bale load, well, yeah, that as well, but manually load, then I'm sort of, yeah, I probably will switch to normal pallet forks for this type of work. Because this does do it, but it's really powerful. It touches things and really, yeah. But if I keep lifting them like that, I can make a pile of 4, and then it's not going to be too bad to actually load manually. I don't think I'd like to go. The one thing I do like over FS22 is this actually does cope with being on top of each other. FS22 was terrible. It was. I mean, I had a sugar factory, and obviously we'd only got the choice at the beginning. I think you could still sell, even at the beginning. I don't really want to go more than 4 high. I think that would be like taking the mick. But just for the purpose of loading like a trailer, I think like you need to sort of stack like that, like say 4 high, and then it's not too painful because you could just like grab them as 4 at a time. Stick your trailer like crossways at the back and just roll straight onto it. I've got to get better at that. I've never been. Oh, I do love the way that the pallets are unique. Yeah, there's some older ones. Giants have really. There's about 3 different shades. There's a medium old one, a really old one, and then some new ones. That is attention to detail. It is. I do like that. That is amazing. Right, so that should give us enough room now to... This is slow though. The say, oh, that look like they've sped that up then. That's been terrible over the last couple of days. How are we looking? Still yellow. And we've only got that. So let's go through till November morning. Oh, no, yeah, but let's check. Let's be a good animal husband. And also, we wanted to check to see if these were going up on there, whether it's 10% a day. Seems to be. It's gone up 10%. Yeah, food's still 30, milk's gone. I'm not going to worry about the dairy just yet because straw's still there. Slurry's going up nicely. I can buy the Recordia and we can do slurry spreading because it's not too terrible. You're going to need to fill it up a lot, but that's not a major problem. Yeah, we have the technology. Right, so then let's go through till November. It's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be I think it's December, but it's often ready in November and often goes green, and it's just marginally lower. Oh, now that's another good tick up. We don't need it, it's a cracker, but now that is not a bad thing, is it, for the 30? The trouble is the actual things themselves are stupendously... A forage mixer. Ooh, now wouldn't that be appropriate for us? It's a little smaller than I'm used to, but we'd have to... Yeah, we've not got anything. We've not got a silo, have we? A multi-fruit where we could stick all of them in. Sort of all like... No, bales wouldn't work with it either. 11.9 cubic metre. We've got our straw bales are huge. And we've got no way of splitting them. That's what I say. In some ways, our standard silo is really holding us back. Now, we should see... that. Now, that was a little bit bigger than I was... Isn't that typical? You've got... It's either all or nothing, isn't it? You know, like, your tractors are like high-end tractors that are really expensive and that you couldn't afford. That would be end-game tractors. And you're not getting anything... The sort of ones we want are like 240. And we're not getting those. They're all like 150 grand touches. I am tempted with that. I mean, it's 30 metre spread, but I mean, it'd use our slurry until we're a bit bigger. I just think it's a waste. It's a shame because I'm going to kick myself later on for not buying that, and that is a shame. That is, if I hadn't got my own box, that would be a cracker. It really would. Right, so yeah, we need to be paying attention to the green. It's still yellow. Yeah, and it is quite a lot lower, so let's just check, make sure this has not, and also doesn't need topping up. Still got 12 tons in there. There's enough room though, that's all we care about. There's enough room and there's enough canola, even if we've got some in the thing for us to go through. So let's go through till tomorrow morning and kick ourselves for not getting the Bomec. It's a bit like anything. It is a real good deal, but it's what is the most important thing to your farm, and it's holding your guns, because you can waste by lots of things that are going to be useful to you in a long time, and they're just sitting in your shed. Oh, another good tickle. Now that is quite amazing. Wow. A tedder turns grass runs that can dry faster. That's the part of the venter, isn't it? The actual seeder. But we haven't got the cultivator, but we have got two cultivators, really. What about that though? An 8.7 metre. We haven't got anything at the minute for like making hay. We could we've just missed the again, it is good. I mean, let's be honest, that is worth a fortune. I just had an idea. Do we do that? Do we do a little bit of wheelie dealing? We haven't really got the cash, but we could take a loan out and sell that straight away. No, I don't want to waste any time with it. It is true, you can do it. If we got a multi-fruit, it wouldn't be a bad thing. It would be a good thing to have that, to do the tedder, and then we could have bought the mixer and done all of that ourselves, and then it would be good, but we haven't. So the one thing we really want to be doing is checking our canola oil, which has just taken a nosedive. It's just gone down from top price, but it's still worth the best. So And obviously we're selling everything at the farmers market, which the one advantage to this is we are right next to it. Right, so let's get this done. It's going a bit dingy. Looks like our silage is now run out. Let's have a look and see. Only just, literally. Straw's still got loads of straw. Slurry's up to 11 tonnes, and we're at 70% reproduction rate, which is brilliant. So we should have soon some more little uns. Right, let's get rid. Let's grab. Yeah, let's grab you as the. And let's stick some lights on it. It's a little bit dingy, to say the least. We need to convert. Yeah, it's amazing. You don't always think, do you? I bought the weight because I thought we need a weight. I never thought about. And then it was another one of the other Let's Plays that I thought, well, hang on a minute. That's a ton. What's the point in buying a ton weight when you've already got a ton weight? And I'm like, it's true. And we get, yeah, one of the biggest from what we just, all the discussions we just had is that the actual silo is probably one of the most. There's a repair, aren't we? And you as well. And customise. We just want the bale trailer. Right, so from my comment, never been good at positions of trailers, but actually that made a bit of sense. Yeah, to go behind it and then just push it straight on. Or we could just push this backwards and forwards to get the right bits sideways of where we need to go, and for once do this properly. Mr. CDP is really good at this, like you know, like getting the right place for loading and unloading. I mean, don't get me wrong, he has been playing how many iterations. I'm not surprised he's fantastic at that type of stuff, but me, I've still got some things I need to well, a lot to learn, really. I'd say that's about right. It's probably not completely level, which is not helpful. We need our lights on too, and I think we need to be zoomed in a bit, really, so that everyone can see what we're doing. So 4 at a time. It is true, you've got to sort of, if you're going to stick to, the only bad thing is, you say that, mind you, it doesn't spawn if you're there. Yeah, that is true, it doesn't. You were saying it's going to keep on spawning. You sort of need to, yeah, this has only got so much strength, so you sort of need to actually put it at the back to begin with, and then roll further backwards. That will work. Are we on the trailer properly? I don't think we are. You've got to be careful, this is a little bit. Yeah, I think we'll put them central and scrap them immediately. Except on any like mistakes. So let's just roll it slightly backwards for each one. Probably could have got away with that one actually, and then do the same again. So 4 high and rinse and repeat. I'm still going to do this as a time lapse. It's not going to take that long, not really. Not if we stick to our guns and learn our lessons and do this in the best possible way. Yeah, the thing is, obviously it doesn't look terribly good. The quick's fantastic, and it really is, but it doesn't look terribly good because you've got one spike underneath it, so. Okay. We a bit of a slowdown. I think I could use the quick without the straps. I think it would actually do it. Now it's caught up again. We've reminded it that it should be working. Yeah, I'm trying to. There's always room for improvement. You don't always realise that you think you've reached the zenith of your how well or good you are at. Okay. Seem to like. Perhaps I'm a bit too close to my front wheel. Perhaps it doesn't like that. Oh, okay. It won't let go. It must be jammed in the actual. Yeah, that age-old problem for getting the spike jammed So that's 4. We can all count, of course. I'm not trying to insult anyone's intelligence. Yeah, I always found that when I first had an apprentice when I was network manager at my well, not my last job, my job before actually. Obviously, I'd never taught before, and obviously it's part of your job really to train the person under you. So I found the best possible way is to verbalise what you're actually doing. You just like tell it. So sometimes you tend to give a little bit too much information, and it's a bit. I think that that's probably still better than break the lock and sort of twist your thing a little, pull it out at an angle, and then it breaks the lock. Well, I call it a lock. I think that's would probably be accurate. So one more set of 4 that we've got now, and then we'll take these to market. I think there's going to be room for more. Yeah, but I'd sooner only go 4 high. It's a bit more realistic, I think. It's usually been quicker than that. This would be 12. And we've got about 14, 15. Yeah, I mean this is I think the Giants one does about 6 in a year. Mine's sort of doing about double that. I don't think we're too far off at that really. The other thing is I was tweaking the I've added soup to the cannery, and I've charged more for it. My standard prices are 17,000 for the little factories from the BI Industries range. Oh no, let's go. But I've charged more for the one that's got the soup. I've sort of souped up the cannery. So, because there isn't a little soup factory. But what I did look at was, obviously I took it from the big factory and I looked at the cycles and I thought, ooh, yeah, I'd left the cycles exactly the same amount as the big factories, and I realised that I'm actually only like 1 cycle per month difference to the big factories, which is why of course Giants have made the little factories like they are. But I've got to be honest, I always said this, once modded factories come, I would never ever use the base game factories. Now the oil ones are not terrible, or I mean they are now because they're too expensive, but basically the Giants ones I always have modded over the Giants ones because you just can't, the cycles are all horrible. It's hard to make profit. So right, oh, it's not liking that. But I think I've got it right. I want to sort of try to but I've got to be honest, if you've got a monstrous factory and it was only producing like 1.5 tons of produce, so again I'd send the factory back and say I want a refund. So your factory's like defective. And I know it's a convention sort of, but it's still, everyone's got to make profit. So I've tweaked it, and I think it's a little bit under the big factories, but it's about where it should be, I think. I'm not trying to be like overpower things or anything like that, but I do think, now isn't this the other side? I don't think it's here. No, it's the one round the other side, isn't it? I remember. It's sort of like on the back left-hand side as you go out. Where that light's in the way, really. Somewhere about here, I think. Ah, it is, you were right. That's not bad. Right, let's get that last few in. Now then, bales is the other thing. We have straw worth 26,000 in January. Now, for that, being as we have got so many as well, I think we want to save some, but we probably will get the Anderson. Yeah, this is not really the best for like a bet. Have we gone to the sales? Yeah, we have, yeah. It would take a long time to pack this with bales to do all of those. Would we want to lose that sort of cash, though? It's going to be like £3 to lease the Anderson. It'll be I suppose it is as I've always said, really. Sometimes as a player you like as a content creator, I think, oh, I don't want to do that, and I think, yeah, but you've got to play this for the farm, whether you feel like it or not. The farm, you've got to do what's best for the farm, even if that's another episode. Well, if it's another episode, it's another episode. It's going to be the next session, isn't it? If that's the way that the farm's got to have it done, then a bit like the silage. The only reason I let myself off that was for the fact that we know last time I did that, yeah, that's the other thing, the silage as well, because we can put some more silage in. We've got enough food that the animals could be alright for another day, so that is March, so we're alright till March for that one. Does seem to be quite high, or are we out? Is that it? It could be a 14, I think that was right. I think that would be the last. Oh no, there's still some more in there. Wow. Yeah, I must admit, it is weird. There is, the way that Giants play the game, it really is, there's not much incentive for you as a player to buy the game right at the beginning, because the equipment, it's hard to make cash. Always is very hard to make cash at the beginning. And again, this is exactly the same as a player. I think you're best to wait for a few weeks for the mods to drop in, and then you can begin to make cash. Because, well, not just that. I mean, it's the cost of the actual factories. They are so expensive. Right, let's drop that. Maybe one more, but it is. It's just. I find it very difficult. So I would have wanted another go at Riverbend Springs and Hooten Pantay, because obviously I'd tweaked my factories at that point, made the little factories. I'd gained a bit of confidence on my modding and thought I can do that now. I've got that. It's the easiest kind of modding. All I'm doing is tweaking cycles and using the existing models, which is the easiest kind of modding, because you're not making the models is the real. That's real modding. Yeah, like doing what Omatana did with her the farm supply production, and what Cavalier Roy did with his. That's modding. What JM Games done with his bioplastics factory, that is real modding. It is. That's like to create a model. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not. Most people start with edits. The Roper that we've got in at the minute with the edits that does that's a Giants edits. Yeah, even though I got told off for that. Yeah, that it is just an edit with this added the functions to use vegetables, and obviously Giants have thought that's. I think that might be it actually this time. It might really, but let's check. I don't think it's that slow. I think it's just. Yeah, that's it. 81. So we do need to top this up again before we clear off, because we have still got some left, which we know about. Oh, now this is going to be interesting, really, because I think we did have some left from a couple of tons, as in we started straight away with the canola. Right, let's get this done. Now this is an interesting amount of cash for us to have. It's about level with the light as well, so we sort of know what to aim for. Fantastic. 67,657. That is good. Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud. So yeah, let's get this changed straight away and get the canola put in there. We don't want any breaks in doing what we need to do. No, you won't get much with it in that configuration. A very versatile little thing. I can sort of see why people love the Stroutman as well. I can. It's grown on me. I know this is enhanced somewhat, but it's still, even as it would be, it's still very good. We do want that as definitely. yeah, it's nice to have the Stratman back in. I never really appreciate the Stratman. It's something I've never really used a lot because I always think, oh, it's 12 metres. But I mean, it's also got the ability you can make it into a normal trailer. That is very useful. Now, oats. When are the oats selling? January. Yeah, just marginally under the top. Wow, they are actually, yeah. Yeah, the other thing is we've got to be careful of, and I'd started to realise this on Riverbend Springs. Now, we're doing vegetables. Now, if we're going to go into the cannery, do you need like 350 tonnes? Now then, we need to... No, we should still be able to do it. I think it's on the other side. I'm sure, thinking to Sri Lanka. It's on that back side over there. And it's got a very, very narrow... yeah, it does not like it. You've got a very, very exact, the trigger. It's not a generous one. Yeah, let's just spin around because it really is very, very exact. It's just on that corner. I know because I was faffing around on Sri Lanka for 8. That's it. Oh, you were there. Oh. Ah, you must be very close. Ah, okay. Well, that's a bit generous than I thought. I thought it was just that corner. Well, if you switch it on, it is a very small box, so that's actually better. Right, so that's now topped that. We're not going to get a lot out of that. Obviously, it's December. So really then, we've got our oats in January. Let's try and get that done. And bales also. Our bales are actually almost... We're still going... Yeah, but we might miss the boat. That's what I'm thinking. I think we'll go for the Anderson. I do. I think with all things considered, speed and expediency are also part of the thing as well. I think we'll grab that. We do need to... I'm going to keep the bales closest to the cows, and we're going to gather them all up from up here. I'm going to time myself so because it is a bit of a... It's a bit of a mind-numbing, boring thing. So the bales, I'm going to class that as they're close enough. I've got to be careful not to rip into the field as well, because I'm going to... Well, no, I've got narrows on, but even so, the Anderson will make a right mess. So let's go to the... Also, we could get the snow settled because it is coming down. So yeah, we might have to be quite quick on this. All right, so there we go. I think it's about 32575. That's not too bad. Not for the expediency. I think that's just well worth it. Admittedly, it's 2 or 3 bales, but you've got to think about time. Your time is the most precious thing that you've actually got, in my personal opinion, anyway. Although there are a lot of British farmers who disagree. Yeah, it's the price of equipment though is the other thing. If you, yeah, I mean, some 3-metre equipment is still expensive. I was looking at this myself. I did a bit of research because I was trying to do research about front 3-point links because I could never understand why I always used to have the front boxes on the front, and a lot of them were not supposed to. Some of them were, the capacity was way too big. Now we know the active boxes, and this is where I was coming from. The active boxes, like the one that we've got, and like the partner, the Horsch that we saw, these are still about 2 tons, and that sits on your front 3-point link. So when you got these front boxes that were always pictured on the back, now they were, admittedly, some of them were a bit bigger, but some of them weren't. Like the Desk Boys, I did love that in FS25 because it was a 2-ton box, whereas some of the others were a bit bigger, and I thought, well, there's no fault on that one. So that one was made to be a front box, but almost all of those boxes were always pictured on the back 3-point link. But that's not really what I ever wanted. I wanted a front box like the ones that do fertiliser, lime and all that type of stuff. So yeah, let's run out those from that side furthest. Still, that's the light, I think, settling on the wrap, the twine, not wrap. I can't remember which side this. I think this goes on normal grades. I hope it does, because it's horrible to. Oh, it's so soul-destroying when you drop 24 bales on a thing and then you've got to pick all those 24 bales up again. It really is horrible. Yeah, Sri Lanka's the one that comes to mind. The bale point on the farmer's market is not the grate. It's actually this side of the grate. Obviously, I don't have the zone markers on, so you're not looking at the zone markers. You're looking at the visual thing, and I've now put on my latest Sri Lanka. I seem to recall I got caught out by it the first time on Sri Lanka. You'd think I'd remember, but it's been a good year since I literally was on Sri Lanka, and you forget about minor details, or I forget about minor details like that. Yeah, we'll get them from that side. This, I think we did all the same size. I don't think we made any mistakes here. Usually forget the first one and then think, oh, I need to put the size up to the max. Still didn't quite get all of that. Yeah, this, I'm pleased with this, and we've not finished yet. We've got the oats as well. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll stick to the oil business to begin with. I think until you master your business, until you've got enough product going in to actually keep it busy, and that's what I was sort of trying to say. I've got to be careful on the vegetable ones. If the cannery can only process 20 tonnes in a year, and I've got 340 tonnes, I really need to be doing like lots of different vegetables, even if it means splitting the field up. And it's all that learning curve, really, isn't it? Because of course you can sell, but it's vegetables, they are like, yeah, they're not fantastic. Let's just get those 3 on the way down, and we actually, how many have we got? I can still do another half a load. And, yeah, I don't want to go mad, because we're going to have straw off this. I suppose, yeah, we are going to have straw off this. We still need to keep some, though, until we do the harvest in July, August. Is it July? I think it's August, I think. Right. Now, yeah, you can't... It's one bad thing, isn't it? I'm sure we did them on the... We could always grab one bale with the other one and drop it. I'd sooner drop one and see if I'm right, because that's a lot less painful than like all of those, which is very painful. How did I miss a bale? How did I do that? Oh, and again, depth perception. Love these 11-ton bales. Yeah, I mean, that was another surprising fact. I don't know if it's going to remain that way. There was the fact that square bales are smaller than round. The 180s are actually bigger than the 240s. Yeah, these are 11 tons. The 240s are... No, that's not selling. Right, let's just switch zone markers on. I presume then it must be the production one round the corner. I'm glad we looked. Yeah, I think there were only the 2. I think. Sure, we looked, turned them on, and this was the only other one. Yeah, fantastic. I can't remember if we've already discovered that. And it's, yeah, sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times for me to actually do things, which you'd say, well, in that case, how come you've forgotten Sri Lanka? Yeah, because of that time in between, really. Yeah, we've really got to sell another set of these. Right, just switch the zone markers on, because I don't want to miss this. Having done this a few times, it is a bit painful when you miss the zone markers. You know, like half of them might go like not onto the mark. I don't want that. Yeah, we also need to like come at it this way, I think, because of the grabber is always in the way. Should be about 12 odd grand. We did this on Zelonka a lot. Like one of these is used to be what we'd actually get in the year. Yeah, almost 13,000. Right, let's grab those from around that edge, maybe hard, and at least then that offsets the cost of the Anderson. We'll just get those ones at the back, and we'll keep all of these closest ones as the ones for like the animals, and then we've got the silage, which we may have to get a bit tomorrow morning. I'd just like to finish this, do the rounding up of all of the cash, you know, all of our earnings from last year's. Well, actually this is from all of our years. The other thing is, yeah, I'm not sure how long we've been here. We need to check that as well. Zelonka, we're in our 12th year. I mean, that was really slow progress to begin with, because we'd just got that one little field for about 3 years, I think. And that's what I'm saying. This is unprecedented for how long I've been on a Let's Play. But I've still not spent any longer than I did on FS25 when I literally was there for usually, sometimes as little as 3 years. And we've like finished, as in like gone as far as you wanted to go. We're going to need to grab that from that side. It's too close to the field. Yeah, we'll grab all these at the back, and then these other ones I think are all fairly close enough to grab, not too far to run. Yeah, there's a lot of scope for increasing the size of the fields on our square. Ooh. I suppose it possibly could be more of a case of, again, the best use of your time is that to lease the 9 metre by actually modding. I mean, I'd like to buy one, but we could lease to begin with. There's just that one we said to come at this angle, and I think the rest we're going to leave. I don't want to like leave us short for the animals. These are all fairly close. Myself, how much silage have we got left in here? Yeah, we can do it at least 1 month. I don't think we need to like worry about that. Yeah, I've also tweaked, and I mean tweaked, the electric generator. I've done one of those myself. Struggling with changing the colour, so it's like it really is like an edit rather than an exact thing. But I suppose the most important thing is actually. I just think 155,000 is a lot for you to find at the beginning of your career. It's sort of a huge investment. If you were to ever try to start from scratch as it used to be before all of this, like how expensive equipment is, in time I would say it was true in FS25 as well. When the modders have been busy, it is still possible for you to actually do the standard start and actually just about make it work. Let's take this back. We don't want to incur any costs. And then tomorrow we'll go through to January, take the oats to market, and really we should see how well we've done. As I said, the straw, that's from all of the years we've been doing this. So I mean that's unprecedented, and still not that much really. Still quite a lot of grass on there. well, we could cut it, but then it goes bold, so we can still grab what's on it though now, and it isn't going to alter. It's still the same amount of grass. I did mean to do another cut, but I say we'd already got the silage in, so it made no sense. Let's ask them to take that into there. Yeah, I mean, they're already. I love the repair point that we've got. That is really fantastic. Yeah, I just think that's amazing. Yeah, the 10,000 one. I used to have that for 1,000 in FS22. I was really excited when I saw it in the mod up, and I thought 10 grand. Don't get me wrong, I can sort of see that. I'll switch these zone marks off now. They're annoying me already. Fantastic. Yeah. It's not that it's wrong. It's still 4.5 times cheaper than the 45,000 one, which is the default one, really. But the other one was £1,000, and even that I thought was really good. I mean, don't get me wrong, we were spoilt at the end of FS22, and the mobile ones, now they were fantastic. That Zero Oito did. I hope he does a conversion for those, because I'd always have those. I think they're so good. The fact that you can take it with you and move your repair point is just like real life, where you could take a toolbox and fix your stuff. So amazing. Let's go see what the times over stock chick says. We're only marginally under, but it does say we can go higher. I hope we don't lose anything because of it. Silage is March, although that is also, yeah, there's not much in it, is there really? But really we do need it for food at the minute. But we need some. We could grab a trailer load and then grab the rest out and sell that in March. That would be a bad thing. Let's go through to January and hope that we don't get scuppered by the oats going too far the other way and we lose money. I've seen it before with oats. It's a bit, yeah, some of the prices at FS22 were the same. It was the sale point was at 2 o'clock in the morning. The perfect sale price was 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, now that was a good tick up. Let's just check the price. Oats are, they're still higher than they were. Let's get this done. It is actually converted. And our canola oil, that last little bit, is coming through as well. Yeah, the thing is, there's always a learning curve with the game, in the way you find out like how much your factories churn out in a year, and if it's viable to go for a big factory. I mean, not a base game. I mean, a lot of the factories are being released at 100 odd grand, which when you compare that to the base game ones, that's not bad. Now I'm wondering, do we drain everything out of this and like part exit for a multi-fruit, because he is holding us back? So I think what we ought to do is just sell everything, even though some of these are like not going to be yeah, even that I was going to go, I just think we should sell until we've got nothing else in it, and then we'll sell that and get a little bit back from what it was, and we'll put because we could then mix. If we see a mix at that point, it's actually a viable, a good idea to actually grab it. Yeah, the other thing is, we could really do with a cheap thing for taking our, oh, that's a point actually. Animals, how close to like giving birth are they? Ooh, a couple of months. Yeah, we could. I mean, it's not a problem for us. We've got not very much at all. We could, of course, up how many we've got. That is now a sensible thing to do. I knew the price was awful. It's just more of, we still only would have got exactly the same if we'd have sold our salad. Or I'm not sure if it does it. I know the productions don't. They'll totally destroy what you had in them, and you do not get reimbursed. I can't remember. I think at FS22 you did get reimbursed. I'm sure you did. I mean, it's always at the cost of how much it is. Yeah, there we go. So we need to do 2 or 3, which is good. yeah, so did I finish what I was saying about the learning curves? I did, I think, yeah. You need to find out one. And they say I haven't got the same. If the cannery, now I've adjusted it, even as it was before, like you could do no, potatoes was the one thing the cannery never did anything about. Potatoes, they've not, well, there is the big factory, potato chips, but it's like mega expensive, so unless you do a little conversion with that, which I'm not, I might actually do. But as I said, I'm not putting any of these in for the model because it sounds like it's absolutely glutted, so it's going to take a while for these mods to be got through. Yeah, I've done an edit on this where the unload rate is a lot quicker. Because that's the only... don't get me wrong, I'm also going to keep one that's a slow unload for bunker silos, because it's not always, you don't always want it to be quick. Actually, this is perfect for like loading grass into the bunker silo. Although it's slow, it gives you control. That I like. So that, but there are certain times when you want to like sell your goods quickly, you don't want to be faffing around for 10 minutes unloading your trailer, that a fast unload rate is really very useful. No, that's, I thought it was, you know, we've not got a manure point, have we? You can, but again, we've now got the, with H2 Studios and Omaton are both doing these cheap selling stations. To be honest, we're sort of in a very good place again. You know, there's a few mods now. There's adapters for telehandlers to front loaders and all things like that, so like the quick, and so it is quite amazing. All my life, we've actually gone over 100 grand. We haven't looked at the sales either, have we? Now then, as a test, let's just see what's left. If it's only a bit of oats, I'd like to do a test. But if we sell this, do we get reimbursed at the proper value? If we don't, I'll give myself the cash. It's just a test, because it's more like we all need to know these type of things. So I don't mind doing this because I can reimburse myself straight away with the tool. So how much have we got in there, and have we got anything else, so we can just pop out and look? So 4,000, 4 tons. Is there anything else? I think we've taken everything else out now, I think. Yeah, just those oats. So with that in mind, do we get reimbursed if we sell the silo, or do we lose 4 tons? This is to say, I'm going to pay myself back. It's just as a, so we can all see what actually happens. Yep. Oh wow, we did. You get about half price for your goods. So we'll give ourselves the other. Hang on a minute. Is that half price? 4,660. I would say it's not far off, actually. Yeah, no, we'll leave it. That's good. Now then, we're going to stick my favourite down. I've got narrow, so I don't need to worry about that. Let's stick. Are we in the best possible place? We are really, because if we're going to extend that field, it really probably is the best possible place for that to go. So let's stick my favourite, which is the, yeah, this is my favourite. It's not something I'd thought about in FS25 really, was the fact that the really good thing about it is Roller Christie's is not the smallest, but it is really, really good because it does liquids. It does say that quite clearly on it. Oh, actually, we'll go without me. Okay. I'm happy with blocking that sort of thing off. It's not really bad. Fantastic. Let's do a little bit of smoothing as well. Softening. So I mean, we still paid for like a almost half of this. That's not too terrible, really. I think it's probably the investment that we need the most. You know, the thing that is holding us back from quite a bit, that certain bits of equipment would work well if you'd got this, all of that type of stuff. So, now then, the sales. What is in the sales this morning? Ooh. Now then, I did say this. I would be prepared to get a loan for something like that. Now that, I've not had a McCormick yet. I love these. They were some of my favourite tractors before. So I think we're going to get a loan for the 33,000 because it's the one thing that's, of all of the things we've got, that is holding us back. And then I'm going to like, yeah, no, we've done everything now. We've literally, so we want to borrow. We have got our silage to sell in March. How much was it? It was 130 something, wasn't it? Yeah, ooh. We want 5 more grand. So we've got a debt of 35,000. We might have to lend another 5,000, and it is 264 horsepower. That's going to really make... this is one that you haven't got the front loader option. Fantastic. I don't know that we'll be able to repair it, but we'll have a go. Yeah, I didn't look how badly damaged it was. The dearer it is... Oh, no, that's not the shop. The dearer it is, the dearer your repair costs. Oh, it's 50% as well, so I don't think we're going to be able to repair this. Which is a bit of a horrible place to be, to have a new tractor, even if it's second hand, and not be able to use it. Oh, I was right. Okay, let's lend another 5,000. No, still not sure if that's going to be enough. Or maybe just. We've got all of our crops in the ground, that's what I'm thinking. So it's no good having a tractor if it's damaged, is it really? So then, the newest member and the biggie, which we can now sort of get bigger equipment if we want. I'm happy with what we've got, if I'm honest. The 12 metre we've got canal, but if we're going to do, we could do with sunflower if we're going to go this, and we also could do probably making another field rather than doing what we've done. We may have actually gone a bit mad with the canola, but we were utilising the things that we'd got. So I'm going to leave it here. Next session we'll go to March. We will grab that silage, sell that, because we really do need a cash income, but I would like to check on the animals. I think they're going to be 90%. Yeah, I did mean to buy some more animals, but obviously things overtook us. Now, yeah, this also, you can sort of sell it. Is that, have I switched that off? No. No, it's working. Yeah, I don't know. It's. I would have thought it should have churned out a bit more than that. It's like gone to sleep for a bit. Right, so 26 tons of food again. Not yet. Reproduction 80%. So is it going down once every 2 months? Maybe it is. But there's still enough food in. We're not like going to starve them. We're going to get the silage out. We'll top that up. And we've still got plenty of straw for them. I think we've still got some bales inside. We did have, but let's just check this morning. That's just the food. The silage, it does look like it is slowing down. It's not 10% every single month, so that's not terrible. Yeah, next thing, I would like to get a few more of these, because it's only 7 that are producing milk. Milk's up to 1,443 litres. Slurry is up to 13 tonnes. So that, again, once that gets more and more and more, it will be good for us, yeah, to get the Recordia with its, I think it's 15 metres spread. It's not bad at all. But, yeah, down to 810 euros after all that work. But it is invested all in that new tractor. So, yeah, it's not like we've not got anything to show for it. That shiny, new-ish tractor, well, it's shiny now. We've had it fixed and everything. It looks beautiful. So my first McCormick of the game, the nice lead tractor that can go up to a 310. Let's just have a quick look, see how much that is. It's more for everybody's benefit, because yeah, it's nice to see these things so you can see like how much does it cost. There was some fence that in FS22 that were really reasonable. How much? I know this is a base game, so it won't be, but that is 3. Oh, you were saying? That's actually not bad at all, is it? Yeah, so to take that to 310, another 50 horsepower is only 15,000, so that is amazing. It really is. But we don't need that at the minute, but what I mean is it's nice to know. Right, and we've got a front 3-point link victory. Right, anyway, yes, I'm happy. I am. That's really made my day. So all that remains to be said for this particular session is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.